day for everybody. My name is Jorge Magaldi, academic director at St. Mary's College. Good to see you all. And I'm here today with Sherrill. How are you, Sherrill? Welcome.
I am fabulous, thank you.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your full name?
My full name is Masma Sherrill Madden, and my last two names are taken from my ancestry. Sherrill from my English side and Madden from my Irish side.
Oh, Irish. Okay. Tell me something, Sherrill. What do you do? What's your profession?
Well, I would say that I am a professional traveler because I am at a point in my life where I can travel and learn and teach and enjoy other cultures and traditions and countries. So I guess my profession is traveler.
All right. So, how many countries have you visited?
Somewhere in excess of 21 or 22. Don't have an accurate count, but somewhere in range of 21 or 22.
That's quite a lot. All right. What's maybe the funniest or most enjoyable experience you've had during your travels?
Oh, that's easy. I was a volunteer in Denmark with a family that hosted the Danish National Unicycle Championships. And there were 4 of us volunteering, and the family actually took us to the arena and attempted to teach us to unicycle.
Did you learn how to?
Well, I can balance, but I certainly can't go anywhere.
Okay, I got it. All right, what would you say is your favorite part of traveling?
Oh gosh, that's really hard. There's so many. I think my favorite part is learning about different cultures and enjoying the different foods. I like grocery stores. So I love going to the grocery stores and seeing what people are eating. Is it the same as what I have? Is it different? What are the fruits? What are the vegetables? I like to cook. So some people visit museums and I visit grocery stores.
That's right. So yeah, food. What would you say is one of your favorite foods, your favorite meals?
Well, my favorite food, no matter where I go, I seem to be able to find flan.
Flan. Yes, that's awesome.
Every country has their own variation of flan, so that's easy.
What's been your favorite so far?
My favorite country?
Your favorite flan?
Oh, my favorite flan. Well, I'm going to have to say Portugal, because their flan is a very special cultural type of flan with a crust around the bottom, and it's quite yummy.
Really? Okay, that's nice. Before coming to Colombia, in what country were you?
I was in Mexico. I have spent a total of probably close to 4 years in Mexico in different parts. I was a volunteer teacher in the southern part of Mexico in the state of Chiapas, in a community that is designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And I chose to go to that school to volunteer because it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
I see. And how is Mexico different than Colombia?
Mexico is more similar than different. I would say some of the foods are different. Some of the things in the culture, for instance, in Mexico, when you talk about a young child growing up, you don't put your hand this way, you put your hand this way to grow up. Yes.
So like this.
Like this. So learning different aspects of a culture for me is very interesting.
That's interesting. You've been traveling for how long now?
Ooh, off and on for 15 years.
15 years. That's now I understand the 22 countries. Okay. Do you speak any other language besides English?
I speak enough Spanish to stay out of trouble and eat.
Okay. Okay. So you've been traveling just with English in all the
Primarily with English, yes. When I was in Morocco, some of my old high school French came back, and I know a few words in Arabic and a few words in German, but primarily English.
So just with English
Just
you're
with
able
English,
to.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. What about before coming to Colombia? What did you hear about Colombia? What were the rumors? Or, I mean, what did you know about Colombia?
Oh, well, originally I think everyone knew at some point or thought at some point that Colombia was a rough country and that you had drugs and it was dangerous, and I kind of never listened to that stuff. So I did my own research and found that Colombia has discovered a new lifestyle. And I wanted to come and see not only the big cities, Bogota and Cali. I wanted to experience the countryside, the rural area, the local folks, not so much the tourist areas. Yeah, I wanted to be where the real people are.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And before coming to Colombia, I mean, out of your investigations and seeing Colombia, being here, is it too different from what you imagined or investigated?
No, I think if you do enough research, if you look at multiple resources, you can find the true meaning of a country, as opposed to rumors and innuendo and gossip. So I felt very comfortable and very safe coming to Colombia.
What's the biggest gossip about Colombia?
Well, the biggest gossip about Colombia is drugs. But drugs in Colombia, I think, are less than drugs in the United States, for sure, or even drugs in Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you have a new lease on life in Colombia.
Right. And so everybody, I guess, they assume that Colombia is related with drugs and everything, right? Well, that's a shame. Okay. What about now that you've been in Colombia for a little while? What do you think of us Colombians?
I think Colombians are lovely. I have not had any experience where I felt like I was an outsider, or I wasn't welcome in a restaurant, or they didn't want to wait on me because I was a tourist, I was an American. I found everyone in Colombia to be absolutely lovely.
That's awesome. Tell me something. You've been here in Zipaquirá for how long?
Probably a little over a week now.
A week. And have you met other people who speak English?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we were walking out of the restaurant and there was a very tall, blonde young man, and I looked at him and I said, "Are you Dutch?" And he said, "Yes, how did you know?" And I said, "Because you're tall." And then in a restaurant in the plaza, I met an older couple that had actually lived here for, I think it was 8 or 9 years, and then they went to the United States and now they are back visiting. So they gave me some insight into this part of Colombia, and now we are buds on Facebook.
Oh, that's
Yes.
nice. That's nice. Besides, the people that you have met, I mean, the locals, have you had the opportunity to talk, not necessarily in St. Mary's College, with other people in English here in Zipaquirá?
Other than the students, no.
Okay, I understand. You've been helping us at St. Mary's College. What was your first impression of our students of the institution?
It was more than I expected. I had based my opinion on the school in Mexico where I was, and I was very nicely surprised at your level of education for your students and your resources and just the way the program is run. I thought, whoa, this is much better than I thought it was going to be.
That's nice. You've been working with the houses of Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Gryffindor.
Yes.
Have you had any favorite house up to now?
Well, originally I would have said Gryffindor because I was part of a contest-winning group going to London, and we had 5 days of Harry Potter, and I really liked Gryffindor, but Slytherin.
The House of Slytherin.
The House of Slytherin,
Okay,
yes.
Okay. Yes, it's going to be between you and I. All right. What about the English level of the students, especially in the House of Slytherin?
And that surprised me as well. I didn't expect them to be as able to speak in full sentences and ask questions, and it's like they could go right now and travel any place around the world with their level of English.
That's good. That's good. If a person, for example, one of our students, they want to travel around the world like yourself, what's your best advice for them?
My best advice is start at home. My best advice is to practice here in Colombia and then expand to other South American countries, maybe to Guatemala, to Mexico, and then, if you feel confident, go across the big waters, as we call it, and try Poland or Ukraine or Denmark or one of the other countries. They all speak some level of English.
Right, right. We've had, some experiences before with other people, who have visited us and helped us, and they don't expect. I realize, that maybe sometimes they when you mention Colombia, you think about drugs and everything, but also they think we're, a little bit behind. A lot. They have this picture that we still, are very low in economy and technology and everything. What is the contrast? What did you see different out of this image that some people outside have from Colombia?
I think they are greatly mistaken. I think that your technology and level of education are just as good as other countries that I have visited. Maybe England is ahead of the class, but other countries in Europe, Mexico, Okinawa. I was in Okinawa. I think you are right in the middle of the pack.
That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Well, Sherrill, thanks a lot. Thank you for your help. The students have enjoyed a lot your interactions. We have loved it. You've done a wonderful job. So I want to thank you for your cooperation, for your interaction with our students. I'm really glad you've had a good time here in Colombia, in Zipaquirá, at St. Mary's College. And for all of you guys watching at home, remember to follow us in our social networks. And this was at St. Mary's College. Thanks a lot.